what I can tell after being 20 years in the industry with Infotrust and around 200 projects that our teams in Riga and Vilnius have delivered, there is one thing common to us as humans and companies also, because humans live and work in a company as well. And this one thing common is what do we do when we face a new problem? Let's say, what do we do if we face a regulator says there is a new ESG regulation that you have to comply with? So we probably first thing is how to fix it quickly. Yeah? We see a problem and we want to fix that problem as soon as possible. But it's not always solve the core situation in a reality. Let's take, for example, me as an example. Imagine I would suddenly have a back problem. I have a pain, yeah, and I go to doctor and ask, so what do you suggest me to do? And doctor says there are two options. One is quick, so you can take a pill to relieve your pain, or start doing exercises, swimming like 3 times per week for 6 months, and after 6 months you will start to feel better. So what you would suggest me to do? Both. Probably. Good idea. But in reality, yeah, I think with this fixing problems and there is more need to focus not on fixing something, but rather investing time and creating something that will last longer in the time and fix the issue permanently, or at least create a system that will help to achieve that. And when working with the companies relating to ESG topic, to sustainability, when talking with the business leaders, we see 3 agendas in common to them. First is, of course, to comply with the current and upcoming regulatory requirements, just to be compliant with what's demanded to keep the business legally running. But it's certainly okay, the pill probably, but what is creating the value is thinking about how to embed these sustainability metrics into business processes, to keep running business better, to measure business, and to actually, by doing that, either improving or reducing costs. So it actually starts to create more value to the companies. And going even further, it allows you to think also how to grow the business and maybe think about new products, new solutions, or new business models. Because what we have seen, for example, you as a buyer, probably you know that in the supermarket you can buy organic food, which is more expensive, but the society accepts it and spends more, is ready to pay more price, higher price for either more sustainable stuff, more for organic food. And this is also the market research from Gallup, I think, was showing that the sustainable companies and products are growing 3 to 4 times faster than traditional companies. So it actually not only solves something, but also helps to grow the business in this direction. But how to create a value? So when focusing on creating value, we need to start with something. Manufacturing company, for example, with what to start relating to sustainability data. First, probably we would start to look where our data is. So, okay, we review what we have. Probably the company has data warehousing, data analytics that do financial reporting, customer reporting, and stuff like that. But where is our sustainability data? And when you start looking for that, probably you will not find it right away. And that's okay, because at least first idea is to understand what data can be used for our business, and maybe to find out one area where we can measure something and what is really impacting your business. Probably they will start to look for greenhouse gas emissions, CO2 data for their logistics process. So they are manufacturing products and they have transportation. So in that area, they have to start looking for transportation routes, costs, how to get CO2 data related to that process. Once you understand where you can get some information data, initially even it might not be perfect, but at least it's something to start measuring and seeing your progress towards the direction we want to go. Second step is to understand what KPIs we can create from this data. So cost information, CO2 emissions. So and once we collect this data, we can start making some new strategies. For example, analyzing our current customer behaviors, what they buy, where they buy, and how we deliver it currently, and maybe there are transportation alternatives to our current channels and delivery logistics. So by finding these alternatives and measuring the results after implementing these alternatives, we can start to see how we are progressing towards improving that part. And very often these strategies can go and deliver not only the reduction of these emissions, but also a reduction of costs. Once you have this one KPI measure implemented, and it helps you to do measurable and meaningful impact to the company, you can look for the second measure. For example, what to do with the energy or electricity part. And with SAP solution, what we can achieve in this case, for example, we have this as example of this logistic manufacturing company. We see greenhouse gas emissions, scope 1, 2, 3, and we can see our carbon footprint of delivery. We can see even from transport part how much costs and CO2 emissions are allocated to our customers or products. We can start do modeling. For example, if we can change energy from to solar, or if we change packaging to recycled, or we can change truck transportation to, for example, truck and train model. And so based on the actual data, we can start to do also simulations on actual data, how this will change. So how emissions will change, how our finance will change with that part. So our mission here is to help you to move from traditional reporting, ESG reporting, to performance-based sustainability reporting that would drive these meaningful business impacts and create the value. But it's all about data, and on this journey, what we need to help is to overcome different obstacles, like how to get this data automatically, how to ensure that this data is trustful and data quality is in the right place and right information, and how to embed the data in your business process so that the people, your managers, everyday employees in the company can use these measures to make their daily decisions in the companies about the products or solutions they are delivering to the customers. So finally, when implementing that part, what is changing in our reporting? So traditionally, probably all your BI systems, analytics systems are answering your questions. For example, how much revenue I can get from this product? What is changing now, in addition to these questions, the new answers you can get also, what is the CO2 footprint of my product? And in the future, you might answer the question, what is the overall impact of my new product to society, environment, and our planet? So that's the change that we are having. And most of the companies are somewhere on the beginning of this journey. Yeah? But by implementing these measures, we can move forward. And once we have KPIs implemented, for example, using SAP Analytics, we can create or develop these KPIs into easy to use, understandable metrics for the companies to see, for example, on greenhouse gas emissions, the overall overview, or to drive more insights, how these KPIs are evolving over time. So are we improving? Are we making meaningful progress towards achieving our goals with our KPI? And by providing that information to everyone in the company, the people in the company can understand what this KPI measure actually means. Yeah? So once the people in the company understand our goals, our missions, where we are going, what is our intention, they also understand better in the daily jobs. But by doing that, I actually helping to make my company more sustainable or my products more sustainable. And within the solution, we can also analyze different ratios. For example, in this company, I can analyze, for example, how many in the management board, what is the percentage of the female, for example, in Denmark, is in this example, had significantly more. And there can be, of course, over time, more and more KPIs added that you can see and measure. To summarize about the systematic approach to implementing sustainable projects. So first step, I think, is to agree on find a metric, at least one metric that can make impact to your business, where your companies actually have a lot of usage. Either it can be electricity or transportation costs or whatever it can be. It depends on your industry, on the business. And agree then with the stakeholders what you want to change about these metrics. Start measuring it, and once you start measuring it, you can manage it. Yeah? So to see, are we going right direction? And also important is then to communicate to your colleagues that this is the goal we are going, this is our progress, and share the insights to be able to make your daily decisions based on these insights driven by these metrics. So I think quite short recipe how to approach ESG sustainability in a systematic way and approach.